Hello world and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making some stamps. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my reel where I make this butterfly stamp. I'm still pretty new at making stamps, but I had a lot of fun making this one and would like to try another. So that is what we are going to do today. So the first thing I'm going to do is sketch out my design for my stamp. I want to do some kind of floral kind of stamp. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch that out, and I will be right back with you when I have my design. So I have drawn out my sketch. I've decided to go with these cute little flowers and some leaves, keep it kind of simple. So I went ahead and transferred my design onto some tracing paper. So we are going to go ahead and lay this down onto our carving block. I kind of want to place it towards the edge because I want to have room for more stamps. I'm going to use the excess for other stamps. Trace over that, and hopefully it will transfer my design. Now I have put the transfer paper onto my block and have traced over it, and now we have our design all transferred onto our carving block. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my carving tool. I have this tool, and in the bottom it has a whole bunch of different tips. So what I'm going to go ahead and do first is kind of cut off all of this excess, kind of to make it more manageable, and then I'm going to go with the smallest tip and kind of outline the whole design. So let me go ahead and let me do that. Outlined the entirety of my design, as you can see here. I will now go on with a bigger end and just carve out all of the excess area and just get that cleaned up, and then I'll go back and I'll work on the details, and then we can start to stamp and see how it turns out. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so let me go ahead and let's do that. Now that we are finished carving, we are left with a giant mess. So I am going to go ahead and vacuum up all of these shavings, and then we can go ahead and test our stamps. So now that I cleaned up my work area, I went ahead and got out my sketchbook and my ink pad. I'm going to go ahead and test this stamp. I might have to tweak it a little bit as I stamp it, but we shall see. So let me go ahead and do that now. Make sure it gets all inked up. So here it's inked, and we're gonna just put it on this little corner right here. We're gonna press it down. Please turn out pretty. And then we're gonna lift it up. Ooh! So this is how the stamp currently looks like. As you can see, I think it looks pretty good. There are some spots like over here, that definitely need to be cleaned up, but I am really happy with that design. It looks really good. Oh my gosh. I'm like, whoa. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So let me go ahead and clean it up, and then we'll stamp it again until we get it all looking nice and clean. So let me go ahead and do that. about you guys, but I am pretty happy with how this stamp is turning out. I mean, look at that. So now that it's pretty cleaned up, I kind of made an even bigger mess through this project. I mean, look at my hands. All the ink kind of got everywhere, all over my desk. I mean, look at this. Look at this. All the shavings and the... such a mess. So I'm going to clean up, and then we are going to go ahead and we are going to make a back for our stamp. You could leave it like this would be fine, but I just like having a back or something to hold on to. Like I did this butterfly stamp that I made, I went ahead and I put a back so that my hands won't get too messy. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. But first, let me go ahead and clean this up, and then I will get back with you. Okay, so I've cleaned up the area so it's all nice and clean, and we have our stamp. So I went ahead and I went downstairs to our scrapped wood pile, and I grabbed this block of wood that was just scrapped and left over, and I thought it would be good to use it for this project. As you can see, the stamp kind of fits on top. I might have to trim around my design just to make it fit a little better. I originally wasn't going to do that, but I think I just might, just so it would look a little bit neater. But first I want to sand this, because if you look, some of the edges are pretty rough and jagged, and I don't want to get a splinter because those hurt, especially the tiny ones. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started on sanding this. Okay, so I finished sanding my little block that I have. I also used my stamp to add the pattern on one side so I know what stamp it is. The ink I used kind of soaked into the wood a little bit, which I wasn't sure about at first, but I think I like it. I think it makes it look, I don't know, kind of rustic or something, I don't know. I really like it. And then I put several layers of Mod Podge over top just to seal that in and protect it. I think it's dry enough now to where I can go ahead and put on my stamp. So I went ahead and I cut out my stamp design, so now it will fit just a little bit better on this wood block. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take some glue. You can use any strong all-purpose glue, super glue, or anything. I am just using some regular clear glue, nothing special or fancy. I'm just gonna put that all over. That might leak out, but that's fine. And we are going to go ahead and set this down on top. And once this dries, our stamp is all done. Well, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me making this little stamp. If you would like to see more crafty videos in the future, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!